The Quran says in Surah Tariq, chapter number 86, verse number 5 to 7, it says, does not man think from what is created? He is created from a drop emitted from between his backbone and ribs. And today we know that the genital organs, the testes and the ovaries, during the embryonic age, they develop from where the kidney is placed, between the backbone and the 11th and the 12th rib. The Quran says in Surah Najm, chapter number 53, verse number 45 and 46, and Surah Qiyamah, chapter number 75, verse number 37 to 39, it says that it is the male which is responsible for the sex of the child, which we discovered recently. The Quran says that the embryo is covered, that the fetus is covered in 3 waves of darkness, which is confirmed today. The Quran describes the embryonic stages in great detail. In Surah Mu'minun, chapter number 23, verses 12 to 14, and in Surah Hajj, chapter number 22, verse number 5, it says that the human beings have been created from a minute quantity of liquid, from something which clings, a leech-like substance, then made into a mudga, a chewed-like substance, then made into izaman, that is bone, then clothed with lahm, that is flesh. Quran describes the embryonic stages in great detail. The Quran also mentions Surah Sajda, chapter number 32, verse number 9, and Surah Insan, chapter number 76, verse number 2, that it is Allah who gives you the faculty of hearing and sight. And today medical knowledge tells us that hearing comes first. It is developed completely by the 5th month of pregnancy. And then the eye is split open by the 7th month of pregnancy. Quran gives the reply in Surah Qiyamah, chapter number 75, verse number 3 to 4, that when the question is posed, how will Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assemble the bones on the day of judgment? Allah replies that we will not only be able to assemble your bones, we shall even assemble your very fingertips. Quran is saying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can also assemble your fingertips. What does it mean? In 1880, Sir Gould, he described the method of fingerprinting, which today we use it to identify people. No 2 fingerprints, even in 1 million people, are identical. Quran speaks about fingerprinting method 1400 years ago. There are several examples of science. If you want to know more details about the scientific knowledge which is mentioned in the Quran, you can refer to my video cassette, Quran and Modern Science, Conflict or Conciliation, which is available for sale in the foyer. I would like to give one more scientific fact, that there was a scientist in Thailand by the name of Professor Takashan, who did a great deal of research in the field of pain receptors. Previously, science thought that only the brain was responsible. Only the brain was responsible for the pain. But recently, we have discovered that there are pain receptors present in the skin which is responsible. Quran mentions Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 54, that as to those who reject our signs, we will cast them into the hellfire. And as often as the skin is roasted, we shall change it with new skin so that they shall feel the pain. Indirectly, Quran is saying there is something in the skin which is responsible for the pain. It is giving an indication about the pain receptors. At first, Professor Takashan could not believe. On verification, when he realized that this book is speaking about pain receptors 1400 years ago, he embraced Islam in a medical conference in Cairo and said, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, that there is no God but Allah. Then you pose the question to the atheist, who could have mentioned all these scientific facts in the Quran? The only reply that he can give you is the same which he gave you earlier. Who is the person who can tell you the mechanism of an unknown object? It is the creator, it is the inventor, it is the maker, it is the producer. In the same way, the person who can mention all these facts in the Quran is the maker, is the producer, is the creator of the universe and its contents, which we call in English language as God, and more appropriately in the Arabic language as Allah. Francis Bacon has rightly said that little knowledge of science makes you an atheist, but an in-depth study of science makes you a believer in God Almighty. No wonder today scientists are eliminating the models of God, but they are not eliminating God. They are eliminating models of God, La ilaha, but not God, illallah. I would like to end my talk by giving the translation of the second verses I quoted in the beginning of my talk from Surah Fusilat, chapter number 41, verse number 53, which says, Sanurihim ayatina fil afaqi wa fi anfusihim hatta yatabayyana lahum annahu al-haq awalam yakfi bi rabbika annahu ala kulli shay'in shaheed. Soon we shall show them our signs in the furthest regions of the horizons and into their souls, until it is clear to them that this is the truth. Wa akhiru da'wan alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
Thank you, Jazakallah Khair, for the very rapt, kind and rapt attention you all have shown during the course of the lecture. Now we come to the second part of our session, and we hope to have a similar, in fact, a better interest of yours. That is the question and answer session.